How's it going, guys? This is an installment of our CCW series, the quadruple concealed carry series. No shooting today on this one. We're just going to be talking about the things our opinions on what you should and shouldn't do to your firearms if you're planning on carrying them for concealment or daily carry for your protection and protection of others. Again, solely opinion based. This is not anything we're telling you is gospel. We came with a little tagline. It's informative, not instructional. It's just for information, so please take it as that and shut the hell up.
Or talk shit in the comments, whatever. We understand that's going to happen. Once again, these are our opinions on how we run our personal guns. Everything on this table are our personal guns. These two are Raul's. Mine are in my bag, so I want you guys to believe it's actually what I carry, because it is. And we'll go over those things when we start talking. But these are our opinions on what we do personally to our guns, which a lot of people were asking for. And there's a lot of confusion about what you can do to a gun for a CCW, what you can't do to a gun. We're going to get this out of the way right now real quick.
Yeah.
You cannot say anything for certain. You cannot say anything for certain on what you can or cannot do, because it changes by county. It changes by the issuing county of your CCW. In San Diego, you can't modify. In Orange County, you can heavily modify. In San Bernardino, Riverside, different counties of the state, we only know our local ones. And for that reason, we'll get into, I don't modify my guns heavily, but just so you guys know, it's by issuing county. It's not a statewide rule to go by.
Yeah. Right? So don't use, like I said, don't use this as legal advice. It is solely based off of what we do to our guns in the parameters of what our county allows, because we both happen to be in Orange County. So this is the parameters that we sit inside of. So we're allowed to do these things to our firearms. If you live in LA, one, I'm sorry about it, and two, it's way stricter, and I'm sure they probably won't even let you carry a Nerf gun.
You can't carry more than 10 rounds in LA. We can carry whatever rounds we can legally have the magazine for in Orange County. There's a lot of different things, but that big round count is a big one in LA.
So just look at your stuff you're doing for CCW. Make sure you go over everything before you actually sign it and start fucking with CCWs, because it can be a little extensive. We'll go over JB's carries first, and we'll just kind of bounce around and we'll talk about what we go and carry.
A couple of them real quick. So this is my Vertex bag. Everybody knows I'm a germaphobe, so I got my hand sanitizer, but this is my concealed. I just got the Tracer Tactical, which is the loop for my holster, and just taken out in that direction. I really like it. It's super firm right here. It puts my agent holster. This is a Chaos holster, Glock 48, and my mag caddy right here. It puts it. It's nice and firm. It allows for my wing, and it's pretty simple. So this is what I carry. If you'll notice this. Was not chambered because I was shooting before. Glock 48, guys. Okay. Bone stock. Other than one thing, three things. CAG works. I just decided to put this higher slide release on it because I ride high with my left hand. Is it a must? No. Is it comfortable? Yes. I happen to run a gun store, so I got it for free. That's the reason I put it on. Okay. This is something I chose to put on. Shield mag, 15 plus 1. Well, 15 rounder, and then I have my plus 1 chambered. And I did do the Shield Arms magazine release. I do like it. There's a reason for that. Metal mag, metal magazine release. These guns come factory with a polymer magazine release and a polymer magazine. If you run a metal mag, it starts to tear up the magazine release, they say, a little bit. But I just like the way it is. But that's all I do to my guns. Well, that's one. Other gun, my dog fanny pack. I have my 365 XL, okay, right here, and I have an extra mag. This one is hot for sure. Clear. Okay, so let's go over these guns. Bone stock, other than being able to run other than the CAG works and the mag release, completely bone stock. Bone stock. It comes with night sights on it. I agree with having night sights and maybe a light, but if we just get into the opinion-based stuff, if you don't have anything to lose and you get into civil court, then cool, run your gun all modified and shit. That's just what I do. I have stuff to lose, and in California, if you get let off legally, you still can be pursued civilly. It's not that way in every state. In certain states, if you are not convicted, they cannot pursue you civilly because technically you didn't commit a crime. You got let off there. In California, easiest example, O.J. Simpson, right? Got let off on the legal case, and he got pursued civilly and got sued heavily. I like staying protected from the civil cases, right? The other thing, and we're going to bounce back and forth, is I know you all want to run a Zeb 3-pound trigger, 2.5-pound trigger. You want to run flat triggers. You want to run this and that. I'm of the opinion, and I have cleared my house before when I thought somebody was in it. And at 150 beats per minute, 140 beats per minute, when I press that gun out, you really think I'm going to be fucking riding the reset? I'm going to be breathing in between each one? No, you're going to mash that fucking trigger. Somebody's closing at you. So the modifications and the stipple job and the bullshit that you put on the gun, this is my opinion, isn't going to change it when it really comes down to you using it. Now, will it look cooler when you go to the range? Yeah, you'll look like you have the coolest gun. But does it really matter? And I'm a prime example. This factory trigger bar, factory trigger spring, factory trigger shoe. I haven't modified any of it because I need to be able to shoot it in the most basic way that it is, because not every one of my guns is modified. I do have plenty of modified guns, but not on my carry guns, because it's not point of impact. It's not going to matter to me, and that is my opinion, right? Having a quicker trigger pull, easier trigger pull, faster reset. When you're mashing that trigger, I just don't think it's going to matter. People are going to talk shit. They're going to say a bunch of stuff. But I've been in the situation before, and dude, my heart was beating so fast that if I opened that closet door and there was someone there and I unloaded, I'm not going to wonder. I'm not going to go, oh, I really like that flat trigger better than the curved trigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So that is my opinion on these, and there's reasons for them. There's legal reasons, and then there's tactical usage reasons that I don't think it's worth it. Find a gun that is comfortable in your hand, that you like to shoot, that feels good when you press out, and that is going to be more important than any stipple job or magwell or dot or whatever. Now, a dot is a different one. I'm okay with dots, especially people like my eyesight's going. I shoot better with a dot. I'm okay with dots. I'm okay with dots, lights, night sights. You know, if you want to do these little ones, fine. I don't know. Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, it's little shit. Basically, anything that's not gonna. Think of it this way: if somebody can go, well, you change the pounds of your trigger to make it lighter so that you could kill people faster. You could kill my client faster. You can kill my client's son faster. Whatever the hell it may be, right? You don't want to make it to where you could possibly criminalize yourself by changing things that you're going to potentially kill somebody with. It's the keep it simple, stupid thought process of it, because the more shit you throw on your gun, unless you actively train with that stuff, and I'm a huge proprietor of, like, majority of you guys don't train, because either you don't have time, you don't have the money, you don't have the desire to do it, whatever it may be, and that's on you when it comes to that day.
To each their own.
Right? Like, I don't give a shit, because it's not going to be my life that's on that point, right? So I carry stuff that's super simple. That's really simple, really easy to shoot. If I don't know how to shoot it, I'm not going to carry it. That's one thing you should really, really, really harp on. If you don't train to carry from your carry from your holster, or pull from your holster and shit, you're not going to do it naturally. It's not a skill that's ingrained in all of our brains.
It's perishable.
It is 100% perishable. If you don't do it actively, you're going to lose it.
The other thing is that going to your point of fixing up is, you build a race car. Race cars don't work every single time. Your Honda Civic, that works every single time. When I'm looking at a CCW gun, I want it to be a fucking Honda Civic. I want it to run no matter what.
Yep.
I don't need all these fancy upgrades on it that may make it not work, or short stroke, or double feed. In the time where I really need it to, when I really need it to work, I want it to work, and that's another reason I'm not a huge proponent of heavy mods, like internal mods. I guess.
Like the just working in general. Like, for concealment, I carry mainly two guns. I carry my 442, which is a five shot Smith & Wesson. It's super simple, nothing crazy. It's their airweight model, so it's not super heavy by any means. It's very comfortable for me because I changed it out to the VZ grips. That's a little bit bigger, so it can actually fit my hands. I shoot it relatively well. Carrying revolvers is different. You have to be really particular about how you carry revolvers, because they're small. You got to know how to pull and actively pull that trigger without like throwing your shots everywhere, which is an important thing.
They're having fun.
Honestly, good mother of God, like ammo's cheap.
Did you hit anything?
No. Other than that, I carry a SIG 365 macro. This is the Frankenstein model of it, but everything internally, like trigger-wise and internal slide-wise, is all from SIG from the factory. Only thing that's changed on it is the damn frame. And I tossed a mag hole on it because I carry a spare mag inside my bag, and God forbid I want to do a fast reload while I'm shooting people.
We'll go over bags too, probably
yeah.
another one too, if you guys want to know what we carry.
We'll do a whole video on like concealment carry methods. We'll do a whole that's another rabbit hole to go straight down.
So your bone stock internals.
Yep.
Same as
other than that, I put an optic on it.
Why don't you run a light?
Because I carry one. I always carry an external light, no matter what.
Okay, that's fair. Not everybody does.
Yeah.
So running a light is.
So yeah, for me running a light's kind of just there's no point to it, and it.
Well, it's convenient if you don't grab that. If you sat down and you lost that and you needed to use the gun, it's on your gun and it's not going anywhere. The part that's a little bit of a hassle for me with lights is now I got to get a new holster. Now I got to get a custom made holster, stuff like that. So that's something that is somewhat annoying.
Yeah, and lights are nice for your firearms too. We have a couple of guys in the shop that'll carry full size guns with an X300 on them, and I get it. And it's cool.
You're like 120 pounds.
Yeah, it's cool. Likelihood of you being able to do anything like that productively, and you're not going to clear rooms with it. You're not going to do any of this random shit people are thinking you're going to do. You're not going to go around and start clearing hallways and malls and shit. You're literally going to use it to blind your target, shoot them as many times as you can. You're going to scream and run. That's how it works. Because you don't, unless you're one of these goobers who like, not really a goober, but these guys who's done the shit. Like, you've gone and actively, you understand the...
Not a goober, an anti-goober.
The guys who actually understand, like, hey, this is my thought process when I kill somebody, right? You don't have that as a natural citizen. You're just going to be like, just a bing, oh my God, I killed somebody. Okay, what do I do? And then you're going to freak out. That's how it works. That's okay. You shouldn't be akin to killing people. It's not what you're supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's fair.
So, it's a thing to think about, like... I'm not gonna go around clearing houses and clearing like malls and shit if I'm in a situation like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab what's mine, like my family, and I'm gonna get out. That gun is a pathway. That's the only thing that gun does. It creates a pathway for me to get away from anything that's gonna possibly kill me. That's it.
Now, if you choose to go back in, like I always have a bulletproof vest in the car. If I choose to put them in the car and say, stay safe, put the bulletproof vest on them, I put it in and I want to go re-engage. Okay, that's something that's a totally different conversation too, but I agree with him 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's really, honestly, in my personal opinion, there's never a reason for that unless you're the only response the next 100 miles.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like Walmart or Target or somebody's there and people are just, that's a different.
Yeah, if you really want to go in and do that whole defensive life shit, sure, that's fine.
Yeah,
but understand you will have ramifications for it because you disengage from an enemy and then you
re-engage.
You re-engage, so you re-incited violence instead of de-escalating the whole thing and just going home.
But now we're talking about CCW shit. That's not just the guns.
So obviously you can see Raul's pieces of art. Hey, sorry. We Cerakoted these and we got them custom stippled for them for a couple different things. They work. These guns do work. It took a little bit of time to get them to work as well as they do now, but they do work.
They're factory internals. So they're pretty on the outside and factory internals on the inside.
Yeah.
So that means your transmission, your motor, your shifter, your gas that you use, everything that runs that car is factory. You just shaved the door handles and you got a pretty paint job and you lowered it and put nice rims on it, right? Yeah. Which is not going to affect so much the actual running of the car, right? Or the running of the gun. And so that I'm more okay with. I'm not a fan of making my guns pretty that I'm going to CCW just because when I get into civil court, defense attorneys are assholes and they're going to attack me on every angle that I can of every single thing I did to that gun so I could kill their client faster, which is not true.
Yeah. But remember too, you're going to lose that gun for a while if you ever get it back.
Yep.
You're going to lose that gun for a good long while. And that's one of the things that people don't really think about. So when you have these heavily modded Glocks that you carry that you put $3,000 into, you have to rebuild that gun a different way.
I know a lot of people bring that up, but if I kill somebody and they take my gun, getting that gun back's the fucking least of my worries.
It would bother the shit out of me because I'm a gun nut, but
I could build another one.
I know, but
that's the last thing I'm going to worry about. Is, oh my God, they took my gun. No, it's like, oh my God, am I going to do jail time?
I'd be so pissed. But it's just a thing to think about too. Like these guns aren't what's going to save your life. Your mental fortitude is what's going to save your life.
And your training.
Think about that first. And then from there, make steps to carry the things that work for you. Don't only listen to things that you see on the internet. Don't only listen to things you hear from your buddies. Try it. Just try it. Fucking drive the car before you buy it.
Yep.
That makes the most sense. Why would you just assume that somebody's going to tell you the truth and it's going to be the right thing?
Like in Orange County, it's a big thing because we can stipple, we can have high caps, we can do dots, we can do trigger work, we can do any modification now to our CCW, and it's completely legal through the CCW unit. There's a lot of people that are huge proponents of doing all those mods. I am not. I don't know if you are, but I am not, whether it's legal or not. I don't know. I don't think it's going to give me a tactical advantage. Like I said, the beats per minute at the point of impact and the reliability of the gun takes it down. I lose a point there, and I don't want to lose any points when it comes to a point of impact to save my life. So
just shoot what
that's
you
my
can.
preference.
Shoot what you can. Shoot what works.
Yep.
And
shoot it as often as you can.
Yep. Shoot what fucking works. Don't carry things that you don't know how to use. It doesn't make any sense. Just start really thinking about if you're considering doing concealed carry, start thinking about what you're carrying for one. Just think about what you're going to carry for and what your main purpose is, where you go, because your carries may change. What you wear to work, like if you wear a suit to work, you can get away with shooting a full-size gun because you can carry externally because you have a coat on all day. If you wear board shorts to work, you might only be able to carry a revolver. Think about what you're carrying, how you're carrying it, and what you're going to do to it, because eventually it may save your life or end somebody else's. So these things to think about.
Yep. All right. Cool. So that's just kind of our take on it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to have some fun, a little bantering, which we haven't done in a while, on what we like and what we don't like. But
seriously, just information to think of. Just think on. That's it.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of comments on this one.
You guys are fucking wrong.
Yep.
You guys are horrible.
Yep. My trigger makes it so much, I shoot so much more accurately with my trigger than you're shooting the gun wrong. If the trigger makes you shoot more accurate. I'm sorry, dude, whoever's going to say that.
Yeah.
Night sights, optic. Night sights and optic.
That's it.
Night sights and optic.
Let the gun do the damn work.
Train with that fucker. I think that's all we got, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, dude, you could throw a high point at somebody.
And it'll hurt real bad.
And the torture testing... Different video. The torture testing, dude, it took it pretty well. I don't own a high point, but I'm just saying.
Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. Like I said, leave some comments about what you want to see next and what you guys want us to do next, and we'll try and do as many cool videos as we can. We'll try and get some more fun stuff out here. Maybe we'll raid the owner of the shop's safe and see what we can find in there that's fun and gnarly. We'll see if we can get some out and shoot videos. So,
all right, guys.
See you guys soon.
Have a great week.